Hi, it's Davita. Today I want to tell you about a personal conflict I'm having. I just want to babble a little bit, let the pieces fall out, and then we can put them back together. But I want to talk about risk and fear. I realize that I don't have the passion that I used to. It can't be age because while I do have gray hair, I feel like I'm fairly young. And in this day and age, that is young. If you're alive, you're still available to do so much more. So the risk and the fear for me have been a struggle over the last, I was going to say weeks because that's when I've been focusing on it, but it's really apparently been a struggle for months and maybe even a couple of years. But the risk versus the fear, they have a symbiotic relationship. Risk includes fear, but fear will exclude risk or hide it. And I thought, up until last week, I thought I had lost my passion. I just couldn't figure out why, too, because it was so embedded in me. It's like it's my DNA. And then I came to the conclusion that I didn't lose my passion. I've just buried it in fear, and that every time I thought about it, I would throw a shovel of dirt over it again and again and again. And it's still calling me from under the dirt, but it's getting softer and muted. And if I wait too much longer, I believe that I may not hear it any longer. And again, then that scares me because I don't want to bury the passion. So my passion is helping others. I am called and I love to help others be the best that they can be. Reach for those things when they hit a speed bump in their life. I love to be able to help them think of ways to get over it, around it, above it, through it, and that's a strength for me. It's a love for me. I do it because I still can do some things because people come to me and generate their conversations and start that. But as far as a risk that I'm getting ready to take, I'm getting ready to tell you about it. But as far as a risk that I'm getting ready to take, I have this fear of failure or fear of losing money over it, or even my own self-esteem. Oh no, that was a dumb idea. What am I gonna do? Oh, that was stupid. So I'm struggling with that. I don't really care what other people think. I tend to be my own worst enemy. I put expectations on myself that aren't unrealistic, but that I will second guess myself and start challenging myself, and that maybe they aren't too hard, but I might think they are, so I can justify not taking a risk. The reason I like to talk about my stuff sometimes is because I know I'm not the only person, and I don't want to stay in my head thinking I'm the only person like that, because then that can cause its own issues. I want other people to know they aren't the only people either. They aren't the only ones. Risk versus fear and setting expectations that stretch us but don't kill us. The risk that I'm getting ready to take is I'm relaunching. I have an 888 number, an 800 number, but I have an 888 number that I will be relaunching somewhere around the 1st of September. I have too much going on in August, and I want to fully commit a level of my time for it. But I have it's a listening line. It's a listening line. I will listen. You call me with something and I will listen. And a lot of times I don't really even have to give any advice. I just ask questions, and it helps people think about the next step, next thing to do, where they're going in their life. And it's $1.99 a minute and have to be 18 or older. But I'll put those details out in another video as I'm ready to commit the time that I have to it. But behind me you can see that it's 888-581 ba. So I will be putting the rest of those numbers up there on my other video. But oh yeah, I want to remind you about this. I thought I had this squared away on Facebook, but I can't seem to find the things I'm looking for. So, you know, maybe keep an eye out on it, but don't commit to it yet. When it takes the things I want, we'll see. But I want to start talking about my 888 number so that I can bring it to the forefront and make me start to take risks and to not be concerned so much with the fear that might come with it. The expectations that I have, if they don't, if they don't follow through and they fall through, then I have to be okay with that. I have to be okay with that. But I'm at the place where I know it is better for me to take a risk and have failure than to have fear and have nothing. So that's my dilemma right now. That's what I'm walking, risk versus fear. What does risk involve? Can I stomach it? Am I ready for it? Can I handle it? Blah, blah, blah. Of course I can. Of course I can. But fear will allow me to say, oh, no, you can't. Oh, that's too much. That's not enough. You're too much. You're not enough. And those are lies. And I want to cover that in that umbrella of fear and see it for what it is and just move it out of my sphere. So for those of you that are struggling, risk versus fear, evaluate it. What are you bearing? What passion are you bearing because you think the risk is too great when actually the voice of fear is so loud? So just touch base in the comments. Let me know when you conquer that, when you took a risk over the fear and it was successful. I would love to hear that. And I'll be getting back to you soon about this 800 number, and I would love to hear from you. Thank you. Bye.